So today is my wife and I's anniversary. So it's going to be a lot harder to keep on the protein target. Well, I don't know if harder, but it'll take a little more skill and finesse because we're going out to dinner. We had our honeymoon in Greece, so we like to go out to a Greek restaurant. We're going to try a new one. It's called Basil in Aurora, Illinois. And sorry, I just woke up. I'm still a little out of it. When at Greek restaurants, I like to get moussaka, uh, which is I don't think it maybe has a little meat in it, but barely any. So it's going to be a full meal, very filling, a lot of carbs, a lot of fat, and barely any protein. So on my perfect day yesterday, when I was trying and doing well, I got 204 grams of protein. So today would probably be much less, unless I go the protein shake route, which I don't really want to. Anyways, this is my breakfast. I had some fresh cherry tomatoes, so I made those. Oh, I'm trying Ezekiel bread. I don't know why. I just felt like something really earthy, grainy. I normally make my own bread. This is 2 egg whites, 2 eggs, and a piece of Ezekiel bread. I probably should get more protein in this morning for breakfast, but anyways, I'm gonna eat this and maybe I'll throw in some cottage cheese or something. So, just got back from a meeting. It's already 11 o'clock, and all I've had was that morning breakfast, which was probably what? Oh, I did have 100 grams of cottage cheese. So I'm probably at about 30 grams of protein right now. I'm having another 180 grams of chicken and just a little broccoli and rice. Hopefully, we'll get a lot more chicken in before I go to my dinner tonight. Okay, just finished. I actually ended up throwing in 30 more grams of protein. Brought me to 210, 200 grams of chicken, which is about 50 grams of protein. I think 48. I just logged it in the app. Anyways, as with any meal, it's probably mainly mental, but I like to go for a little walk. It's one of the hottest days of the year, so I'm going to go on the treadmill. So around 1 o'clock, I ate 150 grams of 80/20. I had burgers again, burger patties with half of a bun, and took my creatine, and then I did a little bit of a workout. I finished up my other half of my full body workout. So I did my deadlifts. Uh, yep. So right now, I'm at 117 grams of protein. It's about 4:30. Be going out to dinner here about 5:30. Ideally, I'd have another big chicken breast, but I don't want to get to the restaurant and not be hungry. So we'll see where I land today. We'll see. Maybe I'll do a protein shake, but probably not. So you can see here we've got on the kind of right-hand side some meatballs. Those long white things are potatoes, and these are grape leaves that are meat wrapped in grape leaves. I'm not sure what kind of meat. It's a little bit of meat, a little bit of rice. It's probably lamb. Then on the right-hand side in that ramekin, on the lower right is moussaka. I'm probably pronouncing everything wrong. And then my son's eating PCO, which I'm probably pronouncing wrong, which is basically more pasta based, and moussaka is more eggplant based. And on the far left, they only served Retsina, this type of wine that has pine resin in bottles. So, you got to do what you got to do. So we got a bottle. I calculated for the meatballs about 22 grams of protein,
And for the Moussaka, 15 grams of protein according to Fat Secret. So that comes to roughly, what, 37 grams of protein. And here, we finished it. It was fantastic. So good.
So went to Basils in Aurora, had an awesome meal. Problem is I'm completely stuffed now, so it's gonna be hard to eat anything else. And it's probably almost 8 o'clock. And we headed to the mall to get some steps in, get some Cinnabon. I'm probably not gonna have any, maybe just a bite. So yeah, right next to the Greek restaurant is a mall, and the heat index right now is 109, which is crazy for Chicago. And after meals, I like to walk around, so this is perfect. Just walk around the mall. So right now we're at about 6,200 steps, with the goal being 8,000. So it's the end of the day. Had a great meal, but having that great meal greatly restricted the amount of protein I could eat. So I ended the day probably have an over exaggeration of 165 grams of protein. It's probably more like 150, 160, at best 165. And I'm too full right now to eat anything else. So we'll call it a day, 165. Good night.